Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, or welcome if you haven't been here before. I figured a great way to open this video was with a little chat about resolutions as I paint my first watercolor of the new year. If you clicked on this video, you may share the same complicated relationship with New Year's resolutions. I used to love them, especially as the very textbook overachiever I was throughout my high school and college years. But then, in my last year of college, when my brother died, I was faced with grief that made it no longer possible to live in the perpetual state of burnout I'd grown accustomed to from a pretty young age. And my entire relationship with goal setting and accomplishments completely changed. And I could no longer see what I was ever trying to prove or to whom. Now, 4 years later, at a place where I'm finally not living in constant survival mode and have started to really build my adult life, I've been asking myself, what are the best ways for me to set goals and go about achieving them? And I haven't quite answered that question, but I do know that quitting anything cold turkey or relying on discipline above all else is not very realistic for me. And honestly, I don't think it is for most people. I try to remember this at the start of each new year, a time when comparison and pressure are very easy to fall under. I've also come to see the new year as pretty arbitrary. I was the same person on the last day of 2025 as I was on the first day of 2026. The becoming of a new year is as simple as one day bleeding into the next. And I've really just taken my time off from school and work around this new year to reflect, think about what I learned in 2025 and how I anticipate those lessons incorporating into my future, those are all things I can totally get behind. So please enjoy a few slow days that I have spent at home so far in 2026. You can go. I see you do not want to be held right now. I knocked over my camera, or I should say, oh, sorry. Okay. My camera was knocked over on New Year's Eve and it broke. That was a wonderful way to bring in the new year. I was a little upset, but I have a protection plan on it and I took it in and it will either be replaced or repaired, and everything is fine. All's to say, I will be filming on a combination of my phone and Dustin's Fujifilm. So you might see a little bit of a difference in the aesthetic throughout the rest of this video, but I'm hoping it won't be anything major. I wanted to vision board today because I actually haven't done it in a couple of years. But in the past, when I did do it, I found it to be a really good reflective activity. So the way that I have done it in the past and I'm going to do it today is I like to just take 10-20 minutes to reflect on the previous year, just kind of stream of consciousness journal it out. And I usually try to just do a page or so. It usually ends up being longer. And then switch to looking toward the new year. Just intentions, goals, anything that's on my mind, ways that I want to exist in the new year. And for the vision board itself, I just keep it very simple and I go on Pinterest. I just put together, kind of collect some images that go along with what I've written out for the new year and put it together on Canva, and then I use it as a background on my computer. So it's a really cute way to have an adorable little background, and it's also a way to see the vision board all the time. I'm going to do that this morning, and yeah, kind of just see what I come up with. It's just a very easy, kind of low lift creative thing to do. So I would highly recommend it. 2025, one of my best yet. I don't think it's a coincidence that one of my best years was also one of my most mundane. I was able to find myself, rather unexpectedly, a corner of the world where I could sit and recover and observe. I spent many years in the past wondering, and that was necessary, but I'm learning what is more necessary now is accepting a version of myself that is still and quiet. In 2025, my focus shifted toward things like financial stability, building my career, building a home, building a secure relationship, and all of these very adult things. Shortly before the start of 2025, I agreed to a date with a guy who worked in finance. He had this stoic, competent way of carrying himself. He was not my usual type. Maybe that's why it worked so well. And somewhere along the way, we mutually agreed that spending a lifetime together didn't feel like enough, but we would start there. He proposed in October. We've done a lot of traveling together. Feels good to not have to do that alone anymore. We've grown our family, started building a home. All of it has felt like putting my hands on something I never thought I would touch. In 2025, I came to be more accepting of certain inevitabilities, about myself especially. I am very good at being sad and holding that feeling, and I am very good at feeling joy and holding that feeling. That will always be true, but for the first time, I'm getting to know a life much more full of joy than of sadness. Looking forward, this is the much harder part for me. I've become averse to setting goals out of fear of not achieving them. In 2026, I want to be brave enough to set goals, pursue them wholeheartedly, and face any failures that come, all while maintaining the belief that I can succeed. In recent years, I have all but abandoned discipline. I couldn't measure up to what the word had come to mean to me, and I was tired. I think I might be ready to reframe it. In 2026, I'll look at it more as welcoming challenge, staying through the growing pains, and understanding the meaning of consistency, that it matters and I am capable of it. I need to be creative every day. I need to paint, write, sing, make videos. None of it needs to be good, but I need to use my hands and my imagination in tandem. I need to be quiet, to notice, to look up into a web of tree branches and see the secrets they're telling me, to feel grass underneath my feet, to watch insects buzz around petals, unencumbered by prying thoughts. Those are the things that will bring me closer to what I want to be while I'm here. One thing I did not talk about in my 2025 reflections, or did not write about, was books. And 2025 was a little weird in terms of books because honestly, I wasn't reading very much, and I really want to read more in 2026. There were months in 2025 when I wasn't even reading at all. And when I was reading regularly, I was finishing a book every month or two. So honestly, I read like 4 or 5 books throughout the whole year, and that's probably it. That bummed me out in 2025. But also it was just born out of busyness with work and school, both full time. It was just harder to sit down and read and be able to like relax into a book. But it was also a little ironic because 2025 was a year of a lot of book purchases because Dustin and I have been trying to grow our home library. One book I did get for Christmas that is helping me get back into poetry specifically is A Bright and Borrowed Light by Courtney Campa. I've been really liking this because it's very approachable poetry. Used to be very into reading poetry and just stopped for whatever reason. So I like how approachable this is without it feeling like Instagram poetry. You know what I mean. If you're into reading or poetry, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't feel like Instagram poetry to me, but it's still very approachable, very easy to read poetry. So I've been really liking this. It also has kind of a very heartbreaking, beautiful story behind it. The author actually passed away, I think, in 2022 in a car accident, and her husband and her friends published some of her unpublished works after her death, and that is what this book is. So I've been really liking this book. Also, for my birthday in 2025, when I turned 26, Dustin got me a Kindle. So I've been really liking this. And pretty much every book I actually read, I read on the Kindle because it makes reading very convenient. And he got me the paper look one, which I absolutely love, and it's the one that I wanted. So good job, Dustin. Right now on the Kindle, I am reading Circe by Madeline Miller. I've been wanting to read it for a while, and I wanted to just read something that felt very approachable, something a little popular, honestly, so that I can actually finish a book, because I am so prone to not push myself through books that are a slow burn or I'm not genuinely enjoying. So I'm really, really liking it so far, and it's going to be my first book of 2026. Also, just to share some other very exciting book things from 2025. Also for my birthday, Dustin got me some really, really beautiful hard copy editions from some of my favorite series ever, starting with the Chronicles of Narnia. He found this absolutely stunning sets. Honestly, I have no idea how he even found these, but they are so beautiful. Another very exciting series that he got me for my birthday was a set of the original series of Unfortunate Event books in really, really good condition. So very excited about that as well. But yeah, I don't really talk about books in my videos that often, but I wanted to, just because it's been a very exciting year of books, at least in terms of building our home library. And it's something, reading is one of my favorite things ever, and I didn't get to do a lot of it in 2025, or at least I didn't prioritize it as much as I should have. So I am recording this to hold myself accountable for reading in 2026. Calcifer, please do not start an electrical fire.